everyone. At Accenture, we believe each person has unique skills, talents, and strengths. And in a supportive, positive environment, they can not only perform at their full potential, but also reach unimaginable heights. Our special guest today is one of the finest examples of how one can achieve anything if they're determined and is given the right kind of support. I'm talking about Paralympian and rifle shooter Avni Lekhara, who's made our nation proud at the Tokyo Paralympics. When she was 11 years old, Avni met with a car accident and sustained spinal cord injuries. The accident left her paralyzed below the waist, but she didn't let her disability define her fate. Avni found her calling in shooting, worked extremely hard, and went on to create history by becoming the first Indian woman to win gold at the Paralympics. She won not one, but two medals at the Tokyo Paralympics, a gold and a bronze, making India shine and us so proud. Let's listen to her incredible journey from a small town in Rajasthan to Tokyo. Hello, Avni. Welcome to Accenture. Thanks for joining us today and giving us the time.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here.
Okay, so let's straight away get started with the questions. First of all, congratulations on a great feat. A lot of people dream of what you achieved and bagging the biggest honor in the world in the biggest sporting event. But things were very different a few years ago when you had that accident. What kept you going? What was your driving force?
Starting from my childhood, I was a kid who used to participate in a lot of extracurricular activities like dancing and singing. I used to love dancing. I still do. And in 2012, I met with a car accident. With my whole family, we were injured, and I had spinal cord injury, due to which I got paralyzed below my waist, and I didn't have the sensations and motor powers. I couldn't lift, move my legs, and it was like a total nightmare for me because I was laying in the backseat of the car, and I was actually sleeping at that time when I, met with the accident, and then I woke up and everything is like, going everywhere. Uh, at that point of time, I didn't know how to, I was not sure how to feel. My whole body was aching a lot. Then we came back to Jaipur, and I had undergone a major back surgery. I was bedridden for 6 7 months. When we started little by little, and I started sitting. I used to even learn how to sit again like a newborn baby. My mom was also injured, and she was also on bed rest for like 2 3 months. And you know, to be able to see your mom's laying just beside your bed and going through all that, it was not at all an easy time for a 10 11 year old kid. But then everything settled down a bit. I was homeschooled, so I started again going back to school in 2014, and that also helped me a lot because then I went there after spending 2 years at my home, and I used to stay alone. I had become an introvert. I made a lot of new friends, and uh, that helped me a lot actually. My friends, they were like, I was very nervous, going to school, first time as a wheelchair user. But then when I went there, and the kids, when they saw me, and they didn't made fun of me, and they didn't react in a funny way. They were actually very 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 happy. And then that's when I know that I'm still a Lekra. I'm still the girl I was before. And I said to myself, I don't want to. It's not easy to be able to wake up and see yourself each day, uh, on a wheelchair when you look into the mirror. But then that's what it is. You have to go out there and look at yourself and say that I love myself. I love my body. I love all the scars, all the bruises, all everything. And it is mine, and it is what it is, and I have to go with it my whole life. And that's what I thought. And then my family, my friends, everything, it kind of kept on going, and the life kept on going, and eventually I started loving myself again.
Fantastic story. Yeah, you're so lucky to have a family that's motivating you to reach that. So great story indeed. But did you have a passion for sports before that? And did you think of other sports that you wanted to pick up? What kind of inspired you to take up that sport?
After accident also, I was physically weak, and I didn't thought of me becoming a sports person as such, because you require a lot of strength, a lot of willpower, and a lot of things to be successful in sports. And then like I said, my father, he was into sports, so he practically forced me to just go out there and try it, you can do it. And that's when I thought, okay, let's just give it a try. And like I said, I went to archery first, and archery was something, it took a lot of physical strength to uh, stretch the bow and throw the arrow. And then my arrow was not even going to the half the distance. And in Rajasthan, some summers, it's a lot of heat. Then I thought, okay, let's
Imagine.
try something else. Then I went to 10-meter range. It was like fully AC, and I liked the environment there. And then I tried both pistol and rifle, but I felt more connected towards rifle. And when I with the help, I held the rifle and I tried a couple of shots. They were pretty decent. They were all in the black circle. So then the coach that was present there that day, he said that you can really try this. And then I started doing, I started trying shooting. And I like, it was like a hobby in the starting. I used to go there for like once or twice a week, and after that it started. I started regularly, but then also I was not sure if I can really do this. So then I read uh, I read Abhinav Bindra's autobiography also. So it all, then he won a gold medal. He was the only individual gold medalist at that time. So I got inspired and motivated. And
So currently you are world number two Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna awardee, and you achieved so much yeah, fame and achieved so much in your sport at the age of 19. So what's next for Avni?
I've always believed that you should take your education, and if you are a sports person, for me, like shooting, I always try to take both of them together. And currently I'm pursuing BA LLB 5-year law course. So
Yeah.
I will, I in future I would want to become a judge. And yeah, and I will graduate in 2024. So with that, I have major, important tournaments coming up next year, and there's Asian Para Games, there World Championship, there will be quota events for Paris 2024. So, and the long-term goal is obviously to win multiple. I want to be a multiple Paralympic medalist.
Your Twitter bio says life consists not in holding good cards, but playing those cards you hold well. You've actually done it, achieved so much at such a young age. What do you want to say to people that are determined not to let their disability be a barrier to success?
Because it is not, because a disability is not a barrier. And i it took me a lot of time to realize that, to come with that I am proud of myself. And shooting helped me a lot. Shooting gave me a lot of confidence, to go out there. I'm representing my country on wheels, and I'm winning medals for the country. And disability is like, this means opposite of. And to be, in my opinion, to be opposite of being of able is not wrong. you know not everything opposite is wrong, and really disabled is the closest synonym for being a human. And a lot of people forget that people with disabilities are amazing humans. They are also, they have talents, they have desires, they have skill, they have heartache, they have loss, just like everyone else. And and that's what it is. You have to, accept yourself, be proud of yourself, that okay, whatever happened, and this is who I am, and this is the body that I have to stay in for my whole life, and I have to love it. And then I just want to say that just go out there and uh, just do what you actually love, rather than proving anybody, or try to show someone else that, oh, you should do, you can't do this or you can't do that. Just don't waste your energy in that, and do what you actually want to do, and put your 100% to it, and you will definitely achieve it.
Avni, there are more than 1 billion people globally who experience some form of disability. How do you think we can be strong allies to people with disabilities to make them feel comfortable and equal?
Um, I would want to say that first, don't think that you are being ally of someone, with a person with disability. It's about inclusive is being, giving everybody equal opportunity to showcase their talents, and uh, to be, first, I feel that we should change our perception about it, because almost 15% of the world population has some kind of disability, and it is increasing. Secondly, I feel that, we should, like in this, the basic of, whatever we learn from our schools. So we should have, like, schools which are inclusive, and schools who provide education to all kind of people, and who tell you about the people who are person with disability, and who are the strong examples, so that the other people look up and see that, if they can do it, we can also do it. And then, making your environment more accessible, and communicating with people, because after my disability, I see a lot of staring. A lot of people look at me like, when I go out to shopping or something, like they stop and then they stare. So I feel that, if you are curious, you should know how to communicate and interact, and that's why we need to learn all these things in school, so that when we grow up, we know how to interact with people with disabilities.
Avni, you are an amazing person. You're a role model and a huge inspiration for all of us. Thank you so much for sharing your incredible journey with us. May you keep treading the path to success and achieve many more great milestones with the big Olympics coming in 2024.
Thank you so much for having me here. I had a really good time, and I hope my story inspires some people, and they also, find a motive to do and give best, in their upcoming, whatever the life is offering them.
Thank you, Avni. And keep doing your bit to enable positive change for our people with disabilities. Be vocal and visible advocates of equality, and be inclusive not just in your thoughts, but in action. Together, let's create an inclusive and barrier free environment where everyone can thrive. Let there be change.